Station!
What's up, my people? Thank you for joining me for another edition of Vinyl Thoughts. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite movie soundtracks ever made. Now, it may just be me, but it doesn't seem like in the past 20-25 years there have really been any good rock and roll movie soundtracks. Back in the 80s and early 90s, there was a lot of them. And a thing that I really enjoyed about a lot of those soundtracks was the fact that bands would put songs that were unique to that soundtrack. You couldn't get them on a fucking album. You had to go buy this soundtrack. And sometimes a whole shitload of good bands got together and did the same soundtrack. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite soundtracks from one of my favorite movies. Could be one of the best sequels ever made. That's my opinion. Take that with a grain of salt because I like some pretty shitty movies. But we're going to talk about the 1991 soundtrack to Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. First off, let's talk about all the fucking great bands that are on this soundtrack. So we got Slaughter, Winger, Kiss, Neverland, Richie Kotzen, Steve Vai, Faith No More, Megadeth, Primus, King's X, some band called Love on Ice, and once again, Steve Vai. Because, can you ever have enough Steve Vai? I think you can. Anyway, when this soundtrack came out, it fucking blew me away, especially the unreleased Megadeth song Go to Hell. It's such a fucking great song, and it's from that period of Megadeth where they were firing on all cylinders. Everything they put out was fucking amazing, and that song is no exception.
Ted, now, if I die, you can have my Megadeth collection.
But it's just such a fucking great snapshot of what was happening in 1991. Remember, grunge had not yet exploded, so we still had a lot of 80s hard rock bands and metal bands that were experiencing a lot of success, and this is kind of a cool just window into that time period, and I love it, but I also love the movie. I've heard people say it's not as good as the first one. I think it's pretty much neck and neck with the first one.
Whoa! Thanks, dude! Yeah! You got a bad rap, but you're actually an okay dude.
Anyway, I'm not going to get into talking about movies. That's somebody else's YouTube page. That is not mine. Anyway, let's take a look at this guy. So here's the back. Got some cool little snapshots from the movie in there. And then let's take a look at this sleeve. Look at that. Little logo from the movie. Song credits. All the usual shit. I believe this is a European pressing of this. I don't even think this was put out in America on vinyl. But anyway, I don't even know if that's the right way for the label. Is it? You guys tell me. Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? We'll just do this all day. Anyway, please let me know in the comments below what you think about this soundtrack or about the movie. Fuck it, whatever. Let me know. But I think the soundtrack's pretty great. Even the songs by Winger and Slaughter are pretty fucking great songs and kind of drive the soundtrack. So I got no complaints about this fucking thing. It is a fun soundtrack. It's a good listen, and I enjoy it just as much today as I did when I first got it on CD in 1991. So anyway, that's the record for this week. Thanks once again for watching, and I will see you all again next time.
Catch you later, Bill and Ted! Catch you later, Bill and Ted!